Hey guys, today is June 1st, 2015. 8 days left. Don't forget, videos and scripts need to keep coming in. Anything coming in this week will be kind of late, but it's better than not having better than having a zero. And the fairy tales were due several weeks ago. I still don't have them all. I'll take them into Friday, and then if you don't have them, it's a zero. I hate putting zeros in the grade book because it kills your grade. So if you don't have some of that stuff, please, 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 let's get going on that. Objective today, what we're going to do is we're going to start out with objective, subjective, and possessive pronouns. We're just starting this today, but we're going to take a short quiz on Thursday. We'll learn it today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, and then Thursday we'll take a quick quiz. 2 vocabulary story. We're going to write a vocabulary story today, and then you guys are going to take you're going to read But Not Buddy again for a little while. The quiz on that will be tomorrow. I'm not sure why it says 1, 2, 1. I'm sorry. Then on Thursday, if you did not do real well on your subjects and objects, the one where you had your subjects, your direct objects, your indirect objects, and your objects and prepositions, and you want to retake that, that'll be Thursday. I have posted online a video, or I will post online a video to help you to reteach it. And then also tomorrow, if you don't have internet access at home, I will stay in during lunch. You guys can bring your lunch into class, and you can I'll reteach it then too. But regardless, there will be a short quiz on Thursday if you would like to retake that. We're going to learn 3 types of pronouns. Make sure you get this stuff in your notes. First of all, subjective are pronouns that are in the subject of the sentence. I went to the store. I is in the subject of the sentence, so it's a subjective pronoun. We played ball. We is a subjective pronoun. It's in the subject of a sentence. They are awesome. They is a subjective pronoun. Objective pronouns are pronouns that are used as direct and indirect objects and also objects of a preposition. It's all about him. Him is an object of a preposition. Him is an objective pronoun. And then lastly, you have possessive pronouns, pronouns that show ownership. That is mine. Mine is a pronoun. It shows that it belongs to me. Here are some examples, these are not just examples, but they're all of the pronouns that are used in the subjective, objective, or possessive cases. On the left side, right here, you're going to notice that it says first person, second person, third person, first person, third person. Okay, that just refers to what we talked about when we talked about the different types of point of view. All right, when we talked about point of view, we talked about first person, second person. These are just the pronouns that use. When I tell a story in first person, I'm involved. Okay, so me, my, mine, I are all going to be, or we and us are all going to be in my story. So if I tell a story in second person, I'm going to use pronouns like you. You should, that's usually like how to make a sandwich. First, you put you get bread out. Second, you put jelly on the bread. Third, you put peanut butter on the bread. Third, or finally, you smash them together. You're using the pronoun you or your or yours, okay? There really isn't a second person plural. You can use you for you and your and yours for singular and plural. And then finally, third person is I'm not in the story, I'm telling it, and I'm not in it. So he went to the mall, she drove him. All of those are third person pronouns. So that's what that refers to. So go ahead, if you haven't already, I'll push pause and get all of these pronouns down into your chart. Okay. Now, what I want you to do, and should be a really simple exercise. It shouldn't be too bad at all. I'll do a first few for you. You're just going to tell me if each one is a subjective, objective, or possessive pronoun. Okay? So you can go back to your chart, or you can do it the way I'm going to show you here. All right, here we go. All right, so I told her the answers. I is the subject of the sentence, and if you look at it in your chart, it's also going to be a subjective pronoun, so you're going to put an S right there. Okay, I told her the answers. Her in this case is a direct object, so it's an objective pronoun. You look at your chart, you can find that also. I'll do one more for you. Their car was stolen. There shows that whose car it was, so it's going to be a possessive pronoun. Okay, it's that simple. All you have to do is go through your chart, okay, and transfer whether or not it's subjective, objective, or possessive on these 6 questions. So go ahead and do the first 6. We'll check them, and then we'll do the second 6 after that. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and push pause. I'm back. You should go. Now, use a little bit tricky because it could be objective or subjective, but in this case, it's in the subject of the sentence, so it's subjective. I repeated the answer to him. I is the subject, so it's going to be subjective. Him, I repeated the answer to him. To him, this is a prepositional phrase, so this is an object of a preposition, so this is going to be an objective pronoun. Her car is in the alley. She owns the car. Okay, so it's a possessive. And so is mine. Mine is also a possessive pronoun. I tried to tell him the I is in the subject of the sentence, so this is going to be subjective. Tried to tell them. To tell them is a prepositional phrase, I guess. But anyway, I know for sure that this is an objective pronoun. I don't think that's a prepositional phrase, so take that back. This is definitely an objective pronoun. But they wouldn't listen. They is in the subject of the sentence. You notice this is a compound sentence right here. So this is the second independent clause. They is definitely the subject of this part of the sentence. So this is subjective. All right. And go ahead and take a second and do the next 6 problems, and then we'll check them. Push pause if you haven't already. Okay, we're back. Its leg was stuck. It owns its leg. Maybe it's a table leg or whatever, but it's definitely a possessive. Was stuck under his book. Okay, that's also his. He owns the book, so it's possessive again. You are saying we should help. Again, you is a hard one because it could be a subjective or it could be subjective or objective, but in this case it's using the subject of the sentence, so it's going to be subjective. You are saying we should help them. We, again, is going to be a subjective. Okay, and then them, we should help who or what? So this is a direct object, so this is going to be a objective pronoun. His team lost the game because he didn't play hard. Okay, his team lost the game, so this is going to be he kind of in a way owns his team. Okay, so this is going to be a possessive pronoun. Okay, you'll notice that this right here, he didn't play hard, is an independent clause. So he didn't play hard, so this is the subject of that clause. So this is a subjective pronoun. She told me. Again, this is an independent clause. And this is an independent clause. This is an independent clause. And this is an independent clause. So I didn't listen. So this is the subject of this part of this independent clause. Her mother was usually nice, but she refused to help me. But this time she refused to help me. Her mother, this is going to be possessive. Okay. This time, again, this is a part of this is an independent clause, right? This time, she is the subject of that part of the sentence. Refused to help me, okay? To help who or what? So this is a direct object, so this is objective. That is mine. Mine is definitely a possessive pronoun. Keep your hands off of it. Of it is a prepositional phrase, so this is a objective pronoun. Okay, we will do more of that tomorrow. We'll kind of go the next step as well. For now, I want you to go ahead and get a piece of paper out. All right, and I want you to work on the following. Okay, I want you to create a story using at least 6 of the words below. Make sure your story has a beginning, middle, and end. Your story should be at least 100 words long. So here's the words that you're going to use. Gory means showing violence and bloodshed. Ignorant means you lack knowledge in something or training in something. If you're ignorant, you're not stupid. You just don't have the knowledge or training that you need. Whiff is a slight trace of odor or smell. Ooh, I caught a whiff of it. Okay, matrimonial is anything relating to marriage. A union is when a bunch of people get together, a number of people or states, and they come together and unite for some purpose. A union in a job would be people who come together and they are fighting for their rights as an employee. Freight is a load of goods being transported for money, so a freight train is a train that carries goods that are being bought and sold. Negotiate means to make a deal, to negotiate or bargain with someone sometimes. If you sully something, you get a stain on it or you get it dirty. If you sully your shirt, that's what that means. Radiating is to project. If someone is radiating, they're like glowing. They're so happy and joyful and cheerful that they're like glowing. And if something is worrisome, it bothers you, it causes concern, and it makes you worry. Okay, go ahead and get started. We'll leave that up there, and I will talk to you peeps later.